Elon Musk just made a prediction, and if he's right, your life is about to change dramatically. He's warning about economic collapse. He's talking about a currency crisis. He's predicting massive disruption within the next few years. Most people aren't paying attention. They think it's just another billionaire making noise. But when the richest man in the world starts moving his money, changing his strategy, and publicly warning about disaster, maybe we should listen. I'm going to show you exactly what Elon Musk predicted, the evidence that supports his claims, whether he's right or wrong, and most importantly, what you should do about it. Because love him or hate him, Elon Musk has been right about a lot of things before. And this time, he's betting everything on being right again. Before we dive in, where are you watching from? Drop your country in the comments. And if you want to understand what's really happening in the economy, hit that subscribe button. Let's start with why anyone should listen to Elon Musk about economics in the first place. Elon Musk is not an economist. He doesn't have a PhD in finance. He's never worked at the Federal Reserve or the IMF. But here's what he does have. He's the richest person on Earth with over $240 billion in net worth. He built PayPal, which means he understands payment systems and how money actually moves. He runs Tesla, which gives him real-time data on consumer spending and economic conditions. He built SpaceX, which requires thinking decades into the future. And unlike academic economists who predict from universities, Elon has real money at stake. His entire fortune depends on reading the economy correctly. If he's wrong, he loses billions. That focuses the mind. His track record isn't perfect, but it's better than most. In 2008, he warned about the housing bubble before it burst. He predicted the rise of electric vehicles when everyone said it was impossible. He saw the potential of private space companies when NASA had a monopoly. He's been wrong too. Tesla almost went bankrupt. Some predictions haven't come true, but when he warns about something economic, he's usually seeing something real. So what is he warning about now? 4 major predictions, and 3 of them are already starting to come true. Let me show you Elon's first prediction. He recently posted on X, formerly Twitter. America is going bankrupt extremely fast. Not slowly, not eventually. Extremely fast. Let's look at the numbers. The United States national debt is now over $34 trillion. In 2008, it was about $10 trillion. In just 16 years, the debt more than tripled. But here's the really scary part. The interest payments on that debt are now over $1 trillion per year. That's more than the defense budget. More than we spend on education, just interest. Not paying down the debt, just interest. And it's getting worse. Every year, the government spends more than it collects in taxes. That deficit gets added to the debt, which means higher interest payments next year, which means bigger deficits. It's a spiral. Elon's prediction. Within 5 to 10 years, this becomes a crisis. Not a slow problem, a crisis. The government won't be able to pay its bills. They'll have to print massive amounts of money. And that leads to his second prediction. Is he right about the timeline? Maybe, maybe not. But the math is undeniable. The current path is unsustainable. Something has to change. Either massive spending cuts, which are politically impossible, or massive tax increases, which are economically devastating, or money printing, which causes inflation. That brings us to prediction 2. Elon Musk has repeatedly warned about inflation. Not the 3 or 4% we're seeing now. He's warning about much worse. Potentially double-digit inflation, maybe even hyperinflation. His reasoning is simple. When the government can't pay its bills with taxes, it prints money. And when you print trillions of dollars, each dollar becomes worth less. That's inflation. We already saw this happen. In 2020 and 2021, the government printed about $5 trillion for COVID relief and stimulus. By 2022, inflation hit 9%, the highest in 40 years. Now imagine that, but worse. Imagine 20% inflation, or 50%. That's what Elon is warning could happen if the debt crisis forces massive money printing. And he's not just warning, he's acting. Elon Musk owns Bitcoin. Tesla's balance sheet includes Bitcoin. Why? Because Bitcoin has a fixed supply. Only 21 million will ever exist. You can't print more Bitcoin. It's a hedge against currency debasement. Tesla also briefly accepted Bitcoin as payment. They're exploring crypto integration. This isn't ideology. This is Elon positioning for a world where the dollar loses value. he's also keeping wealth in real assets. Tesla factories, SpaceX rockets, Starlink satellites, physical things that hold value even if currencies collapse. Is he right about inflation returning? Look at the fundamentals. Government spending isn't decreasing. The debt keeps growing. The temptation to print money instead of making hard choices is enormous. History shows this pattern. Weimar Germany, Zimbabwe, Venezuela, Argentina. When governments have debt they can't pay, they print money. And printing money causes inflation. So yes, Elon might be right. The question is timing and severity. Now let's talk about Elon's third prediction. This one is already happening. Artificial intelligence is about to cause massive economic disruption. Elon has said AI will eliminate millions of jobs, customer service, data entry, even programming and creative work. Things we thought were safe from automation. His timeline? It's starting now. By 2030, the disruption will be severe. By 2035, the economy might look completely different. He's even said universal basic income might become necessary because so many people won't be able to find work. Not because they're lazy, but because AI can do their jobs better and cheaper. Now Elon has a conflict of interest here. He runs companies building AI. Tesla uses AI for self-driving. His new company xAI is developing advanced AI systems. So take his predictions with some skepticism, but look at the evidence. ChatGPT reached 100 million users in 2 months, faster than any technology in history. AI can now write, code, analyze data, create images, and make decisions. Goldman Sachs estimates 300 million jobs globally could be affected by AI. That's not fringe conspiracy. That's mainstream investment bank analysis. Elon's warning is this: the transition will be painful. Yes, AI will create abundance eventually. But in the near term, millions of people will lose their jobs. Their skills will become obsolete, and the economy will have to restructure. The question isn't if this happens, it's how fast. And Elon thinks it's happening faster than most people realize. Are you prepared for an economy where AI does half the work? What happens to your job, your industry, your skills? Elon Musk's fourth major prediction is about energy. He's warning that the world is heading toward an energy crisis, and his argument is pretty straightforward. We're moving away from fossil fuels for climate reasons, which is necessary, but we're not building renewable energy sources fast enough to keep up. At the same time, we're shutting down fossil fuel production before the alternatives are fully online. What's the result? Potential energy shortages, sky-high prices, and a major slowdown for the economy. We've already seen a preview of this in Europe back in 2022 and 2023. When Russia cut off natural gas supplies, energy prices just exploded. Factories had to shut down, and people struggled to afford heating their homes. Governments were forced to step in with huge subsidies just to keep the lights on. Now Elon's solution, not surprisingly, involves his own companies. Solar panels, massive battery storage systems, and of course, electric vehicles. He's essentially building the infrastructure for a renewable energy economy. But what's interesting is that he's also become more supportive of nuclear power recently. He recognizes that solar and wind alone just can't meet the massive energy demand quickly enough. So, is he right about a coming energy crisis? Well, partially. Energy transitions are always disruptive. The shift from coal to oil took about 50 years. We're trying to make this new transition happen in just 20. That's bound to cause some problems. But a full-blown crisis? That really depends on policy and investment. If governments invest heavily in upgrading the grid, building out renewable capacity, and embracing nuclear power, we might just avoid it. If they don't, Elon might be proven right. Either way, he's positioning his companies to win. If energy gets more expensive, electric vehicles suddenly look a lot more attractive. If renewables grow, his solar and battery businesses boom. So, his prediction might also be his business strategy. So we've looked at Elon's 4 major predictions: a debt crisis, inflation, massive AI disruption, and serious energy problems. What should you actually do with all this information? First, remember that Elon Musk is not a fortune teller. He makes bold, dramatic predictions to get attention. Some come true, some don't. So please, don't go and restructure your entire life based on what one billionaire says. But if you think he might be even partially right, here are some sensible steps. To counter the debt and inflation concerns, focus on reducing your personal debt. If inflation comes roaring back, debt technically gets easier to pay off with devalued money. But if a real crisis or deflation hits, that same debt becomes a crushing weight. Having less debt makes you more resilient no matter what happens. Try to own real assets, not just cash sitting in a bank account. This means things like real estate, stocks in productive companies, maybe even some gold or Bitcoin as an insurance policy. These are things that tend to hold their value even if a currency loses its purchasing power. And if you can, diversify internationally. Don't have all your assets and all your money tied up in one country or one currency. For the AI disruption, the answer is skills. You need to make yourself hard to replace. Learn how to use AI tools as a partner instead of trying to compete against them. AI won't replace people who know how to use AI. It will replace people who don't. And consider building multiple streams of income. Relying on one job is risky, especially if that whole industry gets disrupted. A side business, investments, and a diverse skill set all provide a safety net. As for energy concerns, think about efficiency. If energy gets expensive, an efficient home and an efficient vehicle will save you a lot of money. Installing solar might make sense depending on where you live. Investments in energy efficiency pay off whether there's a crisis or not. But the most important thing is this: don't panic. Elon Musk is positioning his companies for major changes. That doesn't mean those changes will be a catastrophe. It just means the economy is evolving. Those who adapt will be fine. Those who just ignore it all will likely struggle. So, let's answer the big question. Is Elon Musk right? About everything? Probably not. He has a flair for the dramatic. But is he right about the general trends? Almost certainly, yes. The global debt situation is real. The math doesn't lie. AI disruption is already happening. It's not a prediction anymore. It's our reality. The energy transition is underway. Whether it's a smooth evolution or a chaotic crisis depends on the decisions we make right now. So here's my conclusion. You don't have to believe Elon Musk is a prophet, but you should pay attention to the trends he's highlighting. The smartest approach is preparation without panic. Build your financial resilience, reduce your vulnerabilities, develop new skills, and diversify your assets. If Elon is wrong and everything stays fine, you're still better off. You'll have less debt, more skills, and diversified investments. That's a win no matter what. And if he's right and major disruption is coming, you'll be positioned to handle it. You won't be caught completely off guard. What do you think? Is Elon right, or is this just billionaire paranoia? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if this analysis helped you, hit that subscribe button and share this with anyone who needs to hear it. Thanks for watching.